Hey friends, my name is Mrs. Love. I am your new librarian and I'm so excited to be here at San Ramon Valley High School with you. I just want to do a little intro so you can know who I am and a little bit about me. So we're going to do a little presentation here. All right, let's go. So who is she? My name is Hannah Love and I'm so excited to be here. So let's get going. So this is a little orientation, so that way you can be able to look at this whenever you need it, get to know me a little bit better if you can't get into the library or if you're absent the day that we do the orientation. So first we're going to go over who I am, then we're going to talk about what a teacher librarian is, how can you find books, and then you won't have questions because this is recorded, but please send them via email to me at hlove@srvusd. We'll go on in a little bit. So let's get going. Who am I? So Mrs. Love is me. Yay. You can see my little son there and my two pups, and my husband is on the next page. I taught at English. I taught English at Monte Vista High School and also at Doherty Valley High School for the past 8 years, where I just absolutely grew to love teaching. And then I had my little boy and I decided I wanted to do more. I wanted to help teachers and help students to find whatever it is that they need, as that is what we do as teacher librarians. Fun facts about me, I'm from here. I'm from the Bay Area, from Danville specifically, and I actually worked at Yogurt Shack from 2009 to 2011. Let's go. Got my bachelor's in English from Cal Poly, and then I came back and went to Cal State East Bay. And then I later got my master's in education. You can kind of see all that. And right now I'm working on my library and informational sciences. So that's me. Woohoo! I'm just going to have to keep moving this around. Super fun. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of ideas of what a teacher librarian is, but I want you to know what a teacher librarian is to me. I know that I was petrified of my teacher, of my librarian. Basically, she was this person just constantly yelling at us and screaming at us to be quiet, and that's not really what a teacher librarian is anymore. So teacher librarians, really what we do is our goal is to make sure that you can find everything that you could possibly need, and that your informational needs are met. So we are big on research. We are kind of obsessed with it. Really, our job is to provide access to information and to provide access to everyone, no matter who you are, no matter how you identify. You are loved, you matter, and you are supposed to be here. And it is my job to help you find what you need. I love Canva. Look how cute. I want to help students. I love to help students. And of course, I love to read, and I want to be able to help you to find your love for reading once more and find out new things and learn, and also learn new things. And I'd like to learn from you. That's what's the beauty of this job. All right. This is for people who are in class, but think about what you did this summer. And you can see I went to Yellow Card with my sister and my husband, and it was just an absolute blast and amazing. All right. I want you to think about, what did you read this summer? What did you read this year? And what have you read in this lifetime? But what it comes down to it is I really want you to think about, when was the last time you read a real long book? It is so important to think about your reading journey and what has maybe affected it positively or negatively. So hopefully we can get to somewhere. Maybe you'll come in, or maybe you'll do some research on your own to find out what kind of books you actually are interested in. And instead of reaching for that Netflix, try pulling up a book instead, listening to an audiobook. Get jiggy with Libby. I'll tell you about Libby. It is like my favorite thing. It's an app, and you basically can borrow ebooks from whichever public libraries that you belong to. It's awesome. I'll do a whole video on it later too. All right. So, your last librarian, Mr. Roscoe, was amazing and genreified the entire library, which means that some of you might not be as familiar with how it is organized. It is organized by genre, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So here is essentially what your library looks like and how it is organized. So your library in the back is all, so if this is, you're looking from my direction, down here is where the door is. All right. So obviously this is way bigger because it's meant to be a kind of, well, anyway, I have pictures of this all over the library, so that way you can be able to use the same thing and get to know it. And I know it is not the cutest thing you've ever seen. I know that all of these boxes are uneven. I had to get over it, so hopefully you will forgive me as well. So we have we'll always have two high interest little displays here, and that's always like the front part of the library, and those are all newer books. Also oftentimes they are BIPOC authors, as that is what we're showcasing in our library and libraries honestly across the nation. So on the far right, the very first one, as you walk in, you see science fiction, and hopefully that'll help because I put Watchmen on the top, so hopefully you can be able to take a nice little dart there. And then right behind it is mystery and thriller. So here you can think of murder mystery. Of course, we've got Agatha Christie, but also maybe some more like common ones that you would know is Gone Girl, Sharp Objects. I read part of it and I didn't love it, but people really like it. Behind that is fantasy. That is where I will live. Harry Potter. This is where you can find anything that is beyond our imagination and anything that brings out mythical creatures and the fun witchy stuff. Behind that is action adventure. This is definitely what I'm going to be working on growing this year. I've got a ton from the back, Clive Cussler, and all about just basically kind of what, honestly, I think it might be like Mission Impossible, that kind of stuff. That is huge in movies and stuff, but it started at books first. One of my favorites is by, what is it called? Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. It's gonna drive me crazy. Inferno, Dan Brown. Okay. Amazing. Okay, behind that is sports, and then behind that is manga and horror, which you will not see me over there. Too scary for me. On the other side, we have our nonfiction on the side, and then also in the back, all lining there. And that is actually by Dewey Decimal System. So we can, I'll do like a whole fun little thing with Dewey Decimal System also later, but just for time's sake, we first have the classics, and I do have the CLAS yellow sign says for classics. Behind that is mostly that is mostly nonfiction. There is some fiction in there, but it's really around identity. It's our like subsections. Behind that is our more subsections. We've got World War II and military, and then behind on the very far end is the historical fiction. You'll also notice that I have these color coded. This is the color codes for the library. So if you find a tag and it's green, you know that's science fiction. If it looks more brown, but it's supposed to be burgundy. Forgive me. And so on. One that I wanted to leave for last were my personal favorites, the very back wall. So these are going to be the ones that really it's our realistic fiction, focusing on identity, relationships, and of course, overcoming adversity. Those overcoming adversity is where you'll also see me living over here. And then also you have Project Lit. Right now, that's really kind of going with overcoming adversity because a lot of it is BIPOC authors. All right. That is it, my friends. And then another time I will go over the catalog, but that's our orientation, my friends. Super long. I hope that you were able to stay here. Mrs. Love, I'm so glad you're here. Take care. Come and visit me upstairs.